then something will draw me out of that low point in my life. And once I get out of that low point where I was, I don't think about what happened ever again. Because if you think about when you're in these low points in your life, they'll drag you down because you're trying to work on them, and it's a lot of really hard work, and it's a lot of time that you have to put into just your thought process. And so when I leave those low points, I don't ever think about them again. And I say to myself and I say to other people, yeah, I learned from those mistakes, but I really didn't. And I realize that I do this. I do it whether it's a first level, or if it's a second level, or if I'm really, really low in myself. And I notice that I don't learn from my mistakes, and I don't learn from when I peak out, because when I leave and then I'll plateau, and then I come back down, something will bring me back down again. And then I leave and then I'll plateau, and then I'll come back down again. I remember the first time I did this, I wrote a poem called Vertebrae. And it was the first poem I ever did spoken word. It was the first poem I ever wrote in my first book. It was the first poem that I ever put down on paper, and I felt like it reflected the way I felt really, really well. And if any of you guys are writers, you know that's a critical point in your life, when you can write something and you'll love it eternally. And it's a very good reflection of where you are. So every time I hit these ups and these downs and these ups and these downs, I thought about that poem, Vertebrae, I wrote. And this poem is about that reoccurring sense of sadness. It's called Deja Vu Depression. Thank you for listening. See, we forget these feelings until they resurrect, and then we feel in full effect, tell ourselves that we'll learn from these mistakes. But instead, we regret and remorse how we could have been more than a book wrapped in burlap on a shore in the storm that no one bothered to pick up like every project that I've done. It was significant and different, yet I'm only feeling shunned, that no one really gives a shit and there's no fitting in a puzzle that's already completed without you in it. And I've given it my all, and it's not honest to myself. Or did I just stop when it got difficult like everything else? I'm wondering how much I tried. I'm stuck in the tuned minds. More faults brought the light, makes the shadows multiply. They stop, talk, and walk so exact, and at the same pace. Sink the steps that are tied with my lace. Me plus 4 limbs, make it 8. I'm in chains, I'm in shackles. I'm forgetting all the hassle that comes with the back pains when your vertebrae is rattled by shanks and fossils. And I should have learned my lesson when imagination refuses to sync with expectations. Nightmare? Yeah, it is. I've been here before. Deja vu. Depression.